With sports talk worldwide with a little boxing news, so you know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, this is a little something that I'm just noticing, and I figure I better put that out there because I'm noticing it, and I want you guys to as well, right? Now, for me, the Cubans, okay, are secretly, silently dominating boxing, right? They're dominating boxing, but the powers to be just not gonna let it happen, right? And they don't want you to know about it, right? But at not every division, but most of these divisions, there's somebody there that people don't want to fight, right? Now, the news of the day is Deontay Wilder needs a new opponent for his February 25th date, right? Because Warwick got caught doping. What else is new, right? So he needs an opponent who will take it on a short notice because now it's only a month away, right? So Luis Ortiz, the Cuban boogeyman in the heavyweight division, has said, hey, I'll do this. Now, I don't know if I'm going to say too much about that. I know that's going to be hard for Deontay to do. I probably wouldn't, coming right off of what I just came off of, people taking nails out my hand, and my bicep was torn as well. I don't know if I'm gonna fight Luis Ortiz, especially not for $100,000. They should both be getting, six figures. You know what I'm saying? So, seven figures. So at the end of the day, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But the point is, there's somebody who will do it. Okay, and that's a Cuban, Luis Ortiz, the real King Kong, right? So that's a guy in the heavyweight division that's a boogeyman, ready to get down. He's just been in the ring in December, October before that, right? Handled his business on both occasions under a new promoter in England, which is smart. Go over there and you make a little money. Because people ain't appreciating you over here. You see what I'm saying? So good lick, right? But he's not the only Cuban, right? We're talking about Artur Beterbiev, right? It's supposed to be the light heavyweight boogeyman, coming up 11-0, 11 KOs, and he was trying to get a fight recently. And he asked a few people. He said a few prominent boxers in the light heavyweight division didn't accept his challenge, didn't want to do it, right? And I remember it was about last week, and he said, well, I'm gonna ask Sullivan Barrera, and I was thinking, go ahead if you want to. Well, you ain't gonna ask no Cuban to fight, and he gonna say no. So I already knew that, and I was about to do a video about it, but I just left it alone, right? Day later, Barrera accepted, okay? Because Barrera has one loss at light heavyweight, and that's only to Andre Ward, which makes his win a lot more significant, doesn't it? Now, Barrera beat Shabransky, who was undefeated, Eastern European cat. People were about to get on him, right? And Barrera stopped that train, right? Knocked him out. So that to prove that he is really all of that, right? So he's going to be in the mix. And to accept Artur Beterbiev's challenge is telling you where his mindset is. Cuban, right? Cuban. Now, let's go to my man Erislandy Lara, for example. Right? Erislandy Lara has 2 losses, right? Over 30 wins, something like that. But 2 losses. The one, Paul Williams, I think it was, everybody know he beat him, right? Got robbed. Everybody knows that. That's kind of, everybody seems to just know that, right? Then the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. And everybody knows that fight, Canelo didn't really win that fight. Draw. Could have went for Laura, that close. That's the face of boxing. Those are his 2 losses, which means the man is basically undefeated. Should have maybe a draw with Canelo, right? And here's another thing. So that's the face of boxing at 154, 155, because Canelo has his own weight. But let's just do this. Gennady Golovkin at 160, right? Can't get Canelo to come up to 160 the whole time. Now, the last 2 years, Erislandy Lara has been calling out the most avoided fighter, let them tell it, right, in boxing. He's been calling him out actively, trying to get Golovkin in the ring. And not Golovkin come down to 154, or let's do that Canelo weight thing and maybe go to 155. No, he said, I'll come up to 160. Now, I don't know why no one was listening. That's not even true. I know why people are not listening. But think about it, right? If you're Gennady Golovkin and you're having trouble getting fights at 160, and you want something of significance, right, to show people what's up. When I get Canelo, I'm going to get Canelo. What about a common opponent? Opponent where Canelo had all kinds of trouble with, right? All kinds of trouble with. So you go in there and destroy Erislandy Lara. That looks great, doesn't it? So I was really wondering why his team didn't want to take that. That's telling me that Erislandy Lara is dangerous, right? Now, he's not probably knocking people out, right? Except for Yuri Foreman. But, you know, he's not really that kind of guy who's going to knock you out. But you're going to have problems with this guy, and you know it. So there's another guy right there. And he has a title at 154. And 154 is full of monsters. And he's not calling out people that can't fight. He's calling out Charlo, you know, Andrade. These guys, I don't even want them to fight. I want them to all go after Canelo first, if Canelo would stay there. But I knew he wasn't, right? So he's right in that mix. That's Erislandy Lara, right? Let's go to Guillermo Rigondeaux, right? Guillermo Rigondeaux. Remember, that's the guy who beat Nonito Donaire down there in them lower weights, right? Nonito Donaire at the time was supposed to be the new Pacquiao, and I think he was like top 3 pound-for-pound fighter at that time, right? Guillermo Rigondeaux, smaller than him. Look at the fight. You watch how much smaller he was. Dominated him. That should have been his day in the sun. Should have been the day of reckoning, where he is now, you know, recognized as the baddest dude at the lower weights. He got basically blackballed for it, right? I've said this before, but I am making sure that you guys know, right? Now you got guys on the pound-for-pound list above him. The Chocolito guy, Roman Chocolito, Gonzalez, right? Now, he can come up and get with Rigondeaux. They can be to the catch weight. Don't hear nothing happening there, right? But the other guy's in front of him, right? Lomachenko is being held as ring generalship. And this guy's been doing it before he was even there, right? For some reason, that fight is not happening, right? But the other guy's on top of him. But people know who Rigondeaux is in the know, right? And it's time for you guys to know. Because he's undefeated, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. And he's down there, he's the boogeyman down in those lower weight divisions. Ask Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, who are about to fight this weekend, right? And it's a big thing. They both did not want to fight this guy. And it's official. It's not me saying it or anybody on the internet. It's official. Just Google it, right? They don't want to fight him, right? There's reasons for that. So there's another Cuban, right? And these guys are not young. That's why they're trying to get things done, right? Now, I mentioned Sullivan Barrera, right? But here's another one coming back in a minute. Gamboa. His only loss was to Terrence Crawford. Crawford 2 or 3 divisions higher than him, right? Other than that, nobody. So you're going to see him in the mix. So what I'm just saying, I'm going to take the time to say it, keep your eyes on the Cubans. And when you're asking these fighters to fight somebody, right, or these fighters are being held as this or that, if they ain't beating none of these Cubans, then they probably shouldn't be there. I'm just spitting it how it is. These guys are excellent fighters. Some of them got power, some of them don't. Some of them got movement. They have it all, and they're handling their business. They're not losing too many fights. All those fighters I just mentioned, there wasn't too many losses in there, was it? Right? Even the one that couldn't keep his discipline together, Olener Solis, a couple of years back. Only dude I saw beat Vitaly Klitschko in a round, other than Lennox Lewis, right? And even him, he just couldn't keep his discipline. And let's just put an empathy caps on for a minute, man. You just came from Cuba, man. You've been fighting your whole life. And, hey, you know, this Miami life is something, you know, just, hey, I can't get my discipline right now. I've been fighting my whole life. Forget it. Whatever. but he still had talent, right? Now he's out of the mix now, but I'm just saying, keep your eyes on what's going on. And all of us together, make sure that we say, hey, if with somebody you need to fight, here's a Cuban guy, and he will be ready. You don't have to call. Once you call one of them out or you need an opponent, have you noticed they've always stepped up? It's time to give them props. And loud. You know, I wish I could speak a little Spanish. Viva la Cuba up in here. Go ahead, Cubans. All of y'all. Right? All of y'all. I'm watching y'all. And now I'm rooting for y'all too. Now, I ain't rooting for Luis Ortiz to beat Deontay. I ain't going that far. I'd rather Deontay because just start boxing. He don't have all that amateur experience. But I am going for these Cubans, and I hope they get a little bit more notoriety. Right? They're kind of flying under the radar, and it's a reason they're flying under the radar, because the powers that be are trying to keep it that way. Let's do something about that. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here.